Hello everyone, Man Thrall here, and welcome to the OSRS weekly update video. Now, normally, yes, it is on a Wednesday, but this week they decided to do it on Tuesday. But this week, we have the Tombs of Amascut Rewards Beta. So, if you want to try out the new raid gear that's coming early 2022 is what it's projected as currently. There is a beta, and the following worlds are the beta. You got 401 US, 407 UK, 409 US, and 412 AUS. So, upon logging into a beta world, all reward items will be added to your inventory, and you can check your bank. For some other goodies, they've also enabled access to the Inferno, since many of the rewards will be utilized in late game PvM. But they did say they haven't started designing the artwork for the new rewards yet. So for now, they've given them a default magenta skin. But don't worry, that's not what they're going to look like in the long run. So, I have the full list of the beta rewards right here. There's actually a decent amount. First, the one up is the Karis Partisan. So after completing the quest beneath Cursed Sands, players will be provided the option to upgrade their Karis into a mighty spear, the Karis Partisan. This is a powerful one-handed weapon. It has a socket for inserting various jewels obtained as rare rewards from the Tombs of Amascut, which will provide some handy effects, but only one jewel can be used at a time. So if you choose to switch jewels, the rejected one can be used again later. Here are some of the jewel buffs that they're toying with, so please note these ideas haven't been completely finalized and are still subject to change, and also because of feedback too. So first up, for the first gem, you have Eye of the Corruptor, which does a damage over time effect to any enemies you hit within the Tombs of Amascut. It can't be stacked multiple times, but it can be applied to multiple NPCs at once. The Jewel of the Sun, within the temple, or within the tombs, it applies a debuff resulting in NPCs taking higher damage for X amount of seconds. And Breach of the Scarab, and it buffs the Karis Partisan with an additional 33% accuracy against Calphites, Scarabs, and Beetles. So that's pretty good. They also have detail stats and requirements. So this requires 80 attack and completion of Beneath Cursed Sands to Wield. Non-degradable. Once upgraded, the Karis Partisan has a crush option, which makes it particularly useful against, well, beetles. The Karis Partisan is untradeable, as are the jewels. It retains the effect of normal Karis. Upon death in the wilderness, it will break. And right here are the stats. So you got 58 stab, 58/57 crush, 2 magic, and other bonuses are a melee strength of 45, attack rate of 4, and prayer of 3. Everything else is a big ol' 0. Up next, we have Heka of Tumekan. So, Tumekan was the sun god, if you're not familiar. And he was the last to rule over Osmunton. And he fought alongside... the last pharaoh to rule was Osmunton, and he fought alongside of Tumekan against enemy forces in the ancient war. After Tumekan sacrificed himself to the end of the war, Linus gifted his Heka to Osmunton. So, details and stats for this are 84 magic to wield, can be charged, untradeable, and uncharged, tradable. The Heka can be charged with 1 soul rune and 3 chaos runes. The unique attack effect is new. It will hit 3 times in quick succession for low damage, and its 4th hit will launch a powerful but slow projectile. This can be used. It says it can't be used in PvP. This is consistent with all powered stabs. However, it is if it is dropped in PvP, any charged versions will be dropped as uncharged. So, since you can't use it in PvP, don't take it into PvP situations. The Heka of Temekan will have plus 25 magic, plus 25 magic defense. The standard faster attacks will only benefit from 50% of your magic strength. The slower the fourth hit will become much stronger, benefiting from 150% of your magic strength bonus. You can find the full formula in the recent Tomb of Amascut Raid Rewards news post. But yes, it has a plus 25 magic attack and defense, minus 4 attack for ranged. It also has plus 2 stab, plus 3 slash, plus 1 crush, and it does give an attack rate of 2 and then parentheses 4. So that is actually kind of interesting. And then next we have the Ward of Validness. So we'll go past the the details of how it came to be, but it is a best in slot magic shield. It is a rare reward from the Tomb of Amascut. There is a catch though; it is broken when you initially find it. So it is tradable if you wish to sell it, but to get its full power, you'll need to combine it with an Arcane Sigil and 10,000 soul runes. That's a heavy price, but it's best in slot, you know? But this takes 80 magic, 80 defense, and 80 prayer to wield. Players will require 90 prayer and smithing to combine the broken ward with the Arcane Sigil and 10,000 runes, creating the Ward of Validness. If you don't meet these requirements, you may pay Abbot Langley 20 million coins to do so. So keep that in mind. Should you wish to separate the Arcane Sigil from the Ward of Validness, you can do so yourself. You will not need to pay, but any soul runes you use will be lost. The broken ward will be tradable, but the fixed Ward of Validness will not. So keep that in mind. Upon PvP death, the Ward of Validness drops as a broken ward and the Arcane Sigil. So the Ward of Validness, the defense is as follows. Has a stab of 53, slash of 55, crush of 73, magic of 2, and range of 52. The Ward of Validness also has a magic attack of 25. Other bonuses are a 5% magic damage and a plus 4 to prayer. And to give you a little bit of a comparison, the Arcane Spirit Shield has a magic attack of 20. The defense is actually the same, but it only has a plus 3 of prayer. So it has less magic attack, less prayer, and less magic damage boost. So keep that in mind. Up next, we have the Missouri Armor and Amulet. So keep that in mind. The new amulet, the Missouri Amulet, as is, will help you activate the low life effect. When equipped, the Missouri Amulet will damage a player for 15% of their current health every 3 cycles. Yikes. It will cease damage ticking when your hit HP is below 40% or below. So that would be pretty good paired with Dorok, actually. The Missouri Armor is a 2-piece unique armor set with a low life set effect plugged in that gives you additional accuracy and damage when you are below 40% HP, making a powerful piece of offensive gear when you're above 40%. However, your gear will have decent range but weak defense. So paired together, really good, but if you only have the amulet, pair it with Dorok. So, players will require 80 range and 20 defense to wear any pieces of Missouri armor. The armor and amulet are tradable. It will drop in PvP normally. So, it normally has a attack of 30 ranged and negative 4 magic. However, if you have low life, it will actually give a attack of 40 instead. The defense is 12, 8, 15, 6, and 13 of the respective stab slash crush magic ranged. And if you have low life, you get an attack strength of 4. The chain skirt, that was just for the chest plate, by the way. The chain skirt gives you an attack of 18 ranged, 25 of low life, negative 2 magic attack, And stab slash crush magic ranged is going to be 6, 4, 9, 4, 18 with a range strength of 2 with low life. And a Missouri Amulet with low... This is actually pretty impressive. Without the low life, so, you know, if you're above 40%, you will have 10 attack for stab slash crush magic and ranged, all those categories. But if you have low life, you will have 17 stab slash crush magic and ranged. You will also have a 12 and for melee strength with low life, and a 7 with range strength with low life. Then we also have Lightbearer. This is a new ring that doubles the rate at which any special attack energy is restored while it's worn. It is tradable, does not degrade, and if unequipped, resets your special attack restore timer, so there's no real worry about that. And it does not have any stats, something to keep in mind. Up next, we have the Oscillations Capuche. I don't know how you really say that. It is a new melee weapon which excels against monsters with a very high defense. It's also fine against low defense monsters, but less optimal. It is slower but very accurate. It also boosts a special attack that increases the max hit of the weapon to its true max hit for one attack. And it boosts the accuracy by an additional 50%. Using it this way costs 50% of the player's special attack energy, so that pairs very well with the ring. This requires 82 attack to wield. It has a 5 cycle tick speed, and its accuracy is similar to the Elder Maul. But the attack is 150 stab and 105 slash. Melee strength is 115. So the special attack, as we mentioned, increases the max hit of the weapon to its true max hit for one attack and boosts accuracy by an additional 50%. That is the current list that we have, but don't worry, there is more. So Premier Club is coming for 2021, and this will be on sale August 16th. So do keep that up, and you have, I think, until sometime in September. Until September 14th to grab this while you can. There's many poll improvements, so players may now trade in their duplicate enhanced crystal weapon seeds for 1,500 crystal shards each. Ultimate Iron Man can now store the bow of Verdenhinen and a stash unit similar to other account types. They changed the weighing and number of Sour Hogs that can be assigned by a Slayer Master. You'll now receive between 15 to 25 Sour Hogs per task, and you're less likely to receive the task in the first place. And finally, players will now receive 100% prayer XP from the Ash Sanctifier upon completion of the Elite Corinth and Cabos Diary. So, combat achievements. So, the race begins, so complete the new task and let them know how you get on. That's a weird way to word that. But you have Phosani's Champion, kill Phosani's Nightmare once. Elite, Phosani's Adapt, kill Phosani's Nightmare 25 times. Master, the Veteran is 100 for Grandmaster. And Crush Hour is kill Phosani's Nightmare while killing every Parasite and Husk in one hit. Master. Perfect Phosani's Nightmare, kill Phosani's Nightmare while only taking damage from Husk, Power Blast, and weaken parasites, also without having your attack slowed by the nightmare spores or letting a sleepwalker reach Phosani's Nightmare. Grandmaster. Can't wake up, kill Phosani's Nightmare 5 times in a row without leaving Phosani's Dream. Grandmaster. I will simply react, kill Phosani's Nightmare without allowing your prayer to be disabled. Master. Dreamland Express. Kill Phosani's Nightmare without Sleepwalker reaching her during her desperation phase. Master. Phosani's Speed Chaser, defeat Phosani's Nightmare within 8 minutes, Master. And the Speed Runner is within 7 minutes, and that is Grandmaster. Pull 75 improvements. There's now less variation in where the Maiden Blood spawns appear in the theater, making their survival a little less dependent on the whims of RNG. Additionally, if you successfully dodge the blood, a maximum of 1 blood spawn will only appear. Additionally, they improved the area where killer watts are found, as it was visually uncomfortable for some players. And they had a few changes left to get through Bowl 75, so they will be back with more. PvP World Rhoda has moved to Period A, 539 US PvP, 548 Germany High Risk PvP, 577 US Free to Play PvP, 559 UK LMS Competitive, and 390 AUS LMS Competitive. It says this world has been activated with this Rhoda. Extras. On the recommended Castle Wars worlds, players will now need a skill level of 500 or more if they want to set up barricades. Players without that level are welcome to use the barricades on other worlds. Rings of Suffering no longer vanish if their charges are discarded on free-to-play worlds. Random events are no longer permitted to bother you while you're dodging elementals in the Sorcerer's Garden. And that is actually it, guys. That is actually a long list. Hope everybody enjoys the beta. And until next time, later, guys.